Alright, welcome back guys. You're joining me on the Football Manager 19 Leeds United save. Where we last left off, we played Derby in the live com. Didn't go particularly well. And the next games following didn't go particularly well either. We played Stoke, who we knew would be a tough game. They are doing quite well in the table, I think. If we have a look, they're in 7th. So we'll have a quick look at that then. So we did lose 2-0. Again, as we normally do, we had most of the possession. We were still using our 4-2-3-1 formation. We had a good amount of opportunities. We just couldn't tuck them away. I mean, Roof are disappointing Alioski. Alioski's not been great since he's come back from injury, which is quite disappointing. We can have a look at the goals, can't we? We may as well have a look at the goals for sort of total clarity on what happened. So if we just turn that down again. Adam whips in a corner, and it's Folks. I mean, yeah, you know, you got is he Scottish, Charlie Adam? You got the Scottish. No, I'm not even sure what. Perlo crossing it in to Vokes. It's always going to go in, isn't it? And then obviously they got the second goal, which is quite a disappointment. We then played Rotherham. They're quite low down in the table. We got a draw. Alioski's managed to do something in this game, which is quite good. We'll have a quick look. Once again, we had more of the possession. It's a common theme, but Roof's not been hitting the target. But yeah, we went down in this game, which was quite a disappointment. And it was just a fantastic goal from Williams there. Clark runs down the right-hand side, passes it into Albeck. And it's just a lovely layoff into Alioski with a good finish. So we come out of that one with a draw. We then did start to pick up the form, but we're not really scoring. We were scoring quite a lot towards the start of the season, but we're not scoring many goals at the moment. We played Norwich, who again are not doing as well as they should be, 16th in the table. And it was Jack Clark who got the goal. This time we actually, I think in this time we actually changed our formation. I've gone back to a DM with Albeck in there, and I've actually changed a lot of the tactics. So we're now on, rather than a gegenpress, we're on a controlled possession. If I go to the tactics, we've switched Alioski and Clark round. I want them as inside forwards. I want them to get right into the box. I've also changed the defenders from ball-playing defenders to central defenders, and we've taken off play out of defence. I wanted to go for more... Well, no, we're back on gegenpress, but we're no longer on controlled possession. I wanted to go for something that's a bit more direct. I've realised, looking at the team, that the passing stats are okay, but there's nothing spectacular. So playing out defence and working to the box have come off, and slightly more direct. Everything else is pretty much the same. We're still pressing, maybe not quite as hard as before, and I feel like this has actually worked in the last couple of games. So if we have a quick look here at Jack Clark's goal, so it is causing us to have less possession and maybe less chances created, but we are being more clinical this way. So Clark on the inside forward roll with his right foot, very good finish. And then we played against Middlesbrough. And it was Calvin Phillips. Again, we actually got less possession this time, but we're creating more opportunities and being a bit more defensively solid, rather than playing out for the backs. And then look at that from Phillips, done excellently. So that's the roundup. They're the 4 games we played. We are going to wrap this season up because I do want to sort of get through this so I can do a Football Manager 20 save. We are going to play the Swansea game. They're in 5th. They were actually 3rd for quite a bit of the season, but looks like they're not doing too good at the moment. Yeah, I do want to get through this. I think I'm only going to do this episode and 2 more. So I think we'll get into the Swansea game first, and let's see how it goes, and then we'll sort of decide after that. So Calvin Phillips has picked up a knock. I don't think he's out for too much. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks, which is a little bit disappointing. But we have got some very able replacements. We've got Click, who's a pretty good player there, and we can even put let's put Shackleton in there on the bench. So this is how the team's going to line up. I think Click's not got 100% match sharpness, but we haven't got many other alternatives. Shackleton's a little bit tired from his game for the reserve team. That's probably the best we can do at the moment anyway. I'm going to lead these on inside forwards. I'm quite happy with the rest. Casillas back from his injury. We've got Lewis Coyle, who Aylin's actually fit. He's not injured, but I really like Lewis Coyle. He only played the 1 game actually. He did pretty terrible, but I like his stats. I'm going to put Aylin back in just because he knows what he's doing in the formation. He's familiar with the team. Oh yeah, I should probably show you very quickly the transfers that have gone on. Although we haven't brought anyone in, but we've got Bamford was complaining about his game time, understandably. He's gone on loan to Nottingham Forest on loan. They're paying I think the majority of his wages. Oh no, they're paying just okay. They're not paying. They're paying 40% of his wages. He's actually injured though, if I remember correctly. He's actually injured for pretty much the rest of the season, 8 to 11 weeks. So that's unfortunate for him. Good thing we sent him out on loan. You know, Kane's gone for next to no money. I just don't like him. I've never liked him. I've had a vendetta. Nothing personal, mate. I'm sorry. And Gotts has gone back on loan. He's gone to Bury this time. So that's the transfers. We'll submit the team and we'll go into the game. And now I am a bit worried. We're not tactically used to this team. Our team has been slightly altered in terms of their roles and their kind of the individual tactics in possession. Mainly in possession, we changed how we approach the game. This is obviously going to be a really tough one anyway. So I think rather than sort of trying to control the game, we want, in terms of possession, we want to just make sure we create good chances. Maybe even if that means hitting them on the counter, whipping it up to the front. And here's Clark. Oh, he's quite unlucky there. It's a good attempt. But as you can see already, we're on less than 45% possession. But we've got the only shots in the game, so we're shutting them out. I think the fact that we're no longer using ball-playing defenders means that we're not giving them as many opportunities. Oh, we've hit the crossbar. Oh, I forgot to mention, Roof's come out of the team just because he's not been performing. We've got this young striker who's been after a bit of game time. I think he's Bulgarian, 19 years old. A quick look at him. Nothing spectacular. Not as good as Roof, but he's doing the job. So, well, I say doing the job. He's not really done much for us. He's played in 2 games, not scored, but I thought it'd be worth giving him a go. Probably, maybe didn't think that through. Maybe we should have put him in, Roof back in for this game. But what can you do? Maybe after 60 minutes, if he's still not done anything, then we'll bring Roof off the bench. And our wide players aren't. Clark's having an okay game, but Alioski's really not. He is actually left-footed only, so maybe he is more suited to the left-hand side. Yeah, I think we're going to have to bring Roof on, because this guy's not doing a very good job. Excuse me. So Clark's having a good game, so I'm a bit worried to take him off. I might just put Hernandez in that advanced playmaker role. So I should probably switch these two. We'll have Click as a box-to-box. Forsher as a deep-lying playmaker on support, so he doesn't... the box-to-box doesn't get in the way of Hernandez. And we'll continue like that. But again, I think overall, I'm pretty happy with how the game's going so far. It's obviously a really tough game. Hopefully Roof can come off the bench and show me why he should have started. just 10 minutes left to go now. We'll get a bit creative. Come on, guys. Have we got any last minute subs we can do? Forshaw, not really. Clark for Brown, not really. See, we've been playing well, so I'm a bit nervous to really change much. I'll bring in Coyle for the last kind of few minutes. And I think the game will probably end there unless we can get a lucky last second highlight. I think it's just going to be the end of the game highlight though. I think before this game, given our recent run of form, we'd be happy with a draw. I think that's got to be the end, surely. Yeah. Surely that's the end of the game now. It's all over. A ball draw. You say that. We had a good amount of opportunities. Maybe quite unfortunate to only get a draw, but before the game we would have taken it. We didn't have a particularly great performance. They've had a couple of defenders there with good ratings, so... yeah, overall, I think we're going to say unlucky. I don't think we would massively disappoint in. It was against Swansea. Although Derby are now only 3 points behind us, hot on our tail. They've they've had a pretty good season by their standards as well. Reading's doing quite well. Sort of come out of nowhere. So that's going to be that for this episode. Now, if we have a quick look at what we've got left in terms of the schedule. Now, so what I'm going to do, the last 2 games are going to be live com in one episode, so we're going to do them together. So I do want to get rid of the rest of April in that episode. So I'm thinking maybe we just do QPR, Bolton, West Brom, Bristol, Reading and then we come back for Sheffield United. So we play these 5 off camera and come back for Sheffield. Then we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off camera in the episode after, and then we play Aston Villa and Ipswich. So that'll be a massive episode. That will literally be the last 8 games of the season in one episode. I think that's what we're gonna do. Just because I want to get through this now to start FM20. But yeah, I hope you have been enjoying this so far. Ham wants a new contract. I will just say to him, if we can get through the end of the season, we're going to have to say to him, I'm sorry, but we're going to do it at the end of the season. So yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed, and please stay tuned for the next one. Thank you, and goodbye.